Hi friends, Mary here from hysong.grows, bringing you Farmer Friday. Now, a few small improvements, a little bit of progress, some of the things that happened this week. So come on along. Set up at the Superior Farmers Market, goat milk shampoo bars, goat milk soap, goat milk sugar scrub, goat milk lotion. We're getting stocked back up. A little bit of goat tallow skin balm. We have chicken eggs and duck eggs. Alrighty, just Saturday afternoon. Went to market today. Was a little slow, and the wind blew like crazy, to the point where my face was hurting from the cold wind. So I came home and ate and warmed up, and now it's chore time. You know, same stuff, different day. Oh, I was going to get some straw for the girls. Okay, we'll do that after we take hay to the boys. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing up there? Like, not even a minute ago, he was inside the pen, and I heard the metal, so I don't know how he got out. Alrighty, that wasn't too difficult. Spots followed me all the way to the milk stand to get a halter. And that's where he wanted to go anyway, because 2 or 3 of those little girls are in heat. At least Cinnamon and Pinto Bean. And, okay, we won't show you that. Okay, now, y'all know that these boys get hay twice a day, right? Plus they get some hay pellets and a little bite of grain. And they've already had their hay for this evening. And they were hollering at me when I was going by with this straw that I intended to put in the duck pen. And they're just acting like they're starving. Let's go see. Did y'all eat all your hay already? Let's go see. Let's go look in your house. Oh, y'all still have some hay in here. Yes, you do. But if you really want straw, I'll give you a little straw. Yeah, I'll give you some straw if that's what you want. Maybe they just need more fiber. I don't know. Is that it? Huh? Is that it? There you go. Okay. There you go. Alrighty. I heard Bashful yelling when I came outside. So I'd gone to take the eggs in the house. And yeah, Spots is out again. What are you doing? What are you doing over there? Huh? What are you doing? Yes, I have your snacks. Yes, I do. Are you going to come with me? Okay. This is the cattle panel that got buried in the flood, and the one I stuck up in its place. And I think that right here, that gap, is where Mr. Magoo is getting out. So we're going to go get some wire and some wire cutters while they're preoccupied in there with some hay pellets. Alright, actually I just grabbed a hay string and did a quick patch job for tonight, so hopefully that'll hold for a while. Because I still need to go shut down the water and get ready to milk and feed the dog and the cats. And you guys are being turkey butts. Yeah, fixing a fence was not on my agenda tonight. Wow, we got more rain than I thought we did. Though that 1 2/10 inches explains why we had so much runoff down the side of the hill. Morning, friends. It is a little chilly out there this morning. When I got up, it said it was 37, and now it says it's 35, but it actually feels more like it's probably 28. So I'm not ready to go outside and do anything else. everybody's been fed and everything, so we are doing stuff in the house. I'm trying to get things moved, stuff shuffled, because my friend is bringing me a washing machine today. Hallelujah. I am so happy about that. I am. Whew. Clean my glasses up. So it's kind of got to figure out where to put things, trying to get rid of some stuff. Just not enough space for all the things I'm doing. Yeah. Anyway, but first we're gonna have another cup of coffee. Yeah. Morning, Spots. What you doing, buddy? I know your pins are so wet and soggy. I'm gonna try and get some of that mucked out this week. Yeah. Yeah. How's the bashful boy doing over there, huh? Yeah, I know, bud. Oh, you're so cute, Spots. Am I cold? Not really. I have enough clothes on. But there is a cold, nasty wind blowing today, and it just makes my face hurt and my teeth ache. Hi. What do you think? Huh? No, you cannot eat my hat. No, you can't eat my hat. No. What are you doing? Huh? You're so cute. Tinker Cat. How you doing, Miss? Huh? How you doing? Yeah. I know it is cold and nasty out here, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm just out here picking up some garbage, taking down old fly paper and stuff, just trying to get things picked up a little bit. So a while back, my daughter brought me a bag of freeze-dried minnows. So, I have dumped them in the ducks' water. But the ducks are scaredy cats, so they're way over there. So we'll just have to wait a minute and see if they like them. Come on, Uno. There's Uno. Come on, Uno. I'm just going to go to the dirty tub. Y'all are too funny. Yes, you are. Come try this one, Uno. They're suspicious. Good morning. Pardon me, I have the sneezies all of a sudden. But it's Monday. And I didn't film a whole lot yesterday afternoon because I was busy. My friend brought me something. Oh, but to get it in the house, I had to do a lot of stuff shuffling and shoving things out of the way. So, it's a big train wreck again. And things got displaced from the back porch. I thought we were going to have to move the shelves, but we just had to like scoot them over a little bit. And it worked. And ta-da! I have a washing machine. Let me see if I can see the faucets. Oh, is that drippies? We're having issues with faucets. And so I'll have to climb back there and see if that's a little old water or if that's a new drippy. Yes, I'm laying on top of the washing machine so I can reach these faucets. I think it is the hoses, and they are really old. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the faucets off and let my friend know. And I'll see if I can grab a couple of new hoses today. Yay, a washing machine. So I can kind of get caught up on some of the laundry I kind of, put off because it wasn't like super important. A lot of there's like a pile of things that I have found laying around in piles and things. It's just dusty, dirty. But I wasn't going to pay money to wash them at the laundromat because they weren't that important. So, alrighty. Gotta get ready for work. Oh, friends. It's a Monday afternoon. It's a pretty nice sunny day, though the wind is still a little chilly when the breeze comes down the canyon. So, still got my hat and my flannels on. But, I hate the girls already. And the boys. So it's a little early. I want to see about working in this garden space again, because we definitely got a lot of stuff that needs to be done in here, getting ready for spring and spring planting. So kind of decide what I'm going to do. Maybe just pull some weeds and feed them to the chickens, get some more tubs cleaned out. Yeah, I think that'll work. We'll just get some more stuff cleaned out. Whoops, I better get my shovel and transplant these hollyhocks, because they're right where I need to be walking. Okay, we'll do that first. Bunch of little hollyhocks here, a couple other places. This is little garden that you can see how much dirt washed down the hill and onto the fence there. And the rabbits and squirrels were getting in here last fall anyway, so I'm just kind of like, till I fix the fence and fix things up, I don't think I'm going to really do a whole bunch over here. If I do anything, it'll probably be like 2 or 3 pumpkin plants or something. But the hollyhocks ought to be able to fend for themselves, so we ought to be all right there. And they'll be real pretty when they bloom later. Alrighty, finished up a little bit in that garden and brought these girls a bucket of weeds. It's time to pick up eggs and get ready to milk goats. So I know this might be a silly thing to be excited about, but I found some egg production records on the internet to print out for free, and I really did like this style with the days of the month down the side and then all of the months across the top. So I printed one for the ducks and one for the chickens. I hung it up there on the wall here in the kitchen by where I put eggs into their cartons. My glasses reflections are driving me nuts there. So I know that's kind of silly to be excited, but I'm really trying to do every little thing I can think of to get more efficient and more tidy and more organized this year, because the mess and the disaster, especially after the flooding stuff, has been driving me just nuts. So we're trying to work on it. Good morning, friends. It's Tuesday. And, I made a mistake last night. And I'm hoping it doesn't bite me. The weather app said the low would be 36. And it was like 54 at 5 o'clock. And I was like, it'll be all right. And close to bedtime, it had dropped down to 44. And I contemplated putting my boots and my jacket and stuff back on and going out and shutting the well down and draining the water hoses. But I was like, it's probably not going to drop more than 10 degrees overnight. Well, it went from 44 at 8, 9 o'clock last night to 31 at 5 o'clock this morning. So I'm
And I'm not sure, it might have dropped down even to 30 by the time I was done doing chores. So I am really hoping that it wasn't cold enough to mess up any of my hose fittings and my brass Y valves and things like that. I really have my fingers crossed that we're going to be okay. But that'll teach me, right? Now, the whole rest of the 10-day forecast, I think the lowest we're supposed to get is like 39. So the next 10 days, we aren't supposed to even come close to freezing. So, but we'll just keep an eye on things. And we'll know after a while when things thaw out if we have leakies.
Alrighty, I had to do a whole bunch of stuff shuffling. I did sweep the little rug and some other parts, not all the parts obviously, but to get the washing machine in the house, I had to shove a whole bunch of stuff over in that corner. I got it all pulled out, and some of it has a home, some of it doesn't. It's just floating around. But this morning we are gonna start some tomato seeds. I'll probably do a round of tomatoes, and we'll see if I have room for peppers this round, or if I need to wait another week or two. And I might do that just because peppers want to be warmer than tomatoes anyway. So, and I'll link how I make my little soil blocks and start my seeds and stuff, because I've done some videos on those things in the past, and we won't bore you this week with all of that, but I'll link them. If I can figure out how to make it appear here, I will, and otherwise it'll be down in the description. Alrighty. Italian heirloom, brandy wines, Cherokee purple, beefsteaks, Amish paste, and San Marzanos. Back out here working in this garden again, and I discovered that as I was breaking up and pulling out tomato plants and stuff, that this tub had root knot nematodes in it again. So I removed as much of the top layers of soil and as many roots as I could find and things, and they are going to the landfill. And then I have some, I've done some videos and blog posts and things about root knot nematodes. If you're not familiar with them, they are a macroscopic worm, and they will drill into plant roots and suck all the nutrition out of them. So your plants look like they're dying. They look like they need to be watered, even if they've got a lot of good water, or they'll look like they are starving. And they literally are, because the nematodes are sucking all the nutrition out of them. They are very difficult to get rid of unless you can completely fallow your soil and not allow any roots of any kind to grow in the soil for like a couple of years. That's the first evidence I've seen that I still have them in this garden space. I'm thinking there were probably still a few in the soil, and they migrated up through the drainage holes in the tubs. I'm not done cleaning up in here, so it's possible I could find more. But one of the things I've done is I've marked this tub with a couple of sticks to remind me not to plant any susceptible plants in it. I hate to throw away a whole tub full of soil, and I really don't feel like dragging it all down and throwing it in the trash. So I have some cover crop seed called Kodiak mustard, and it is supposed to be pretty good for, you grow it when it gets tall, you chop it into pieces and you bury it in the soil, and you cover the soil like with plastic, and then as the mustard plant decomposes, it releases mustard gas, which helps fumigate the soil, and it helps kill the nematodes. So I want to experiment with that. So any tubs that I find evidence of nematodes in them, that's what I'm going to do with them. Here's another tub with a major infestation of nematodes. You can tell by how there's these swellings on the roots. Yeah. So this is what the roots should look like at this point. You see how they're smooth? They don't have all those lumps and bumps. So this tub is probably okay. Alrighty, I skipped breakfast and ate it for lunch, and now I gotta run to the hardware store because I gotta get new hoses for the washing machine. Not sure how old the old ones are, but I want to say they're probably put in around 1990. So, they're dripping a little bit, even though my friend did as much as he could trying to make sure they wouldn't leak, but they're leaking. So, and that hardware store, which is in East, is probably the last place I haven't been to looking for certain tomato seeds. So we'll see if they got anything. Alrighty, trial run for the washing machine. No leaky so far. Well, I was waiting on the washing machine to run. I've been out here working on this little garden a little bit more. Yeah, several of the 5-gallon buckets look like they have nematodes in them. Some of the big blue tubs do, some of them don't. So we'll just have to work around the ones that do look like they're badly infested and just kind of go from there. Tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, squash are all very susceptible crops, very susceptible to the root knot nematode killing them. And anything like potatoes, carrots, radishes, where you're going to eat the root, they'll be infested with the nematodes. And while it won't hurt you, it does make the roots taste nasty, and they will rot very quickly after they are pulled. So I've got to look up and see if there's any things that might be saleable at market that are not real susceptible. I mean, if nothing else, I'm sure I could plant marigolds. Maybe some other flowers and herbs and see what happens. Cat, what are you doing? What are you doing, mamas? Oh, what are you doing, Tinkers? What are you doing? Hi. Breakfast is on the milk stand, honey. Just like every day now, okay? Yeah. Stinker butt. Alrighty. I've been out here mucking by the boys' pen, got the gate clear. Mucked a little bit inside their pen. Hello, boys. That's Bashful, whose registered name is the creme de la creme. And his grandson, Hysong Nubian's Spotaloticus. Yeah. Look at that. You're almost as tall as Grandpa. Spots, for reference, is about hip high to me at his shoulders. So, and Bashful, of course, is a little taller than that. He's like more like my waist. Yup. Pretty boys. Oh gosh, guys. My day's half over. It's been kind of messing around. I did muck out some in the boys' pen, but that's about the only major thing I've accomplished today. And the wood boxes are empty, so I gotta get them filled up and think about what else I need to do. am I back out here in this little garden? I am so disappointed. I have at least 6 tubs that had root knot nematodes in them. So that tells me that it's very possible that they all do. I just didn't see evidence in all the tubs. So now I got to figure out what I want to do about it. Oh. If you're not familiar with root knot nematodes, they are not native to my area. They came in years ago, probably on something from somewhere else. I'm not sure exactly how they ended up here, but it could have come from some other garden. My son used to do yard work, and he always brought home the green waste and stuff. And it's possible that if he did a yard where there were nematodes, that he brought home green waste, some weeds and things with dirt and roots, and that were contaminated, that went in my compost. And back then, I didn't really have the livestock that I have now, so my compost piles were real cold composting, mostly just earthworms, and so that would not have killed the nematodes. So, so it's no big deal. I mean, we don't know how they got here, and it doesn't make any difference how they got here. It's just that we have them now, and we're having to deal with them. One of the possibilities that I've been contemplating is I do have some nematicide. I've never used it because it requires spraying the soil with it like every week, every 7 or 10 days through the whole growing season, and that's after the soil warms up to about 50 degrees. So we're not in that temperature ranges yet. Probably be a little while before we are. But that's a possibility, is just to make up the solution and pour some in every tub every week for a while, and see what happens that way. Because it's not just 1 or 2, it's like at least 6 big ones, and the other ones could have them, and they can be down in the ground and be migrating into other tubs once it warms up. They are not active when the soil temp is like, I think it's 50 or 60 degrees. So, yeah, just hard. Just another thing. So now I gotta get some ideas of things here. What you thinking, Digger Dog? So, anyway, it is Thursday afternoon. Okay, buddy, let's go. I'm just trying to decide what else to work on this afternoon for an hour or so that I have before I need to finish up chores. Trying to decide if there's going to be any garden space that is going to work that's not real infested with nematodes, because they've all had them. So I don't know. I don't know. I could go completely to pots, and if the pots are not touching the ground so that no nematodes could migrate up into the pots from the soil, that would be an idea. It's just, I'm not sure where I would manage to do that right this minute. Good morning, friends. It is Friday. Lots of things to try and get done today. I've done chores. It's still dark outside. We're going to do some house stuff.
remember a while back I had that batch of tallow, and I think most of it was meat trim, and it was kind of brown. I don't know if I scorched it. I don't know what's going on with it, but I had tried dye render, and when I went to strain it, it kept clogging up the cheesecloth really bad, and I hadn't got back to it. So I thought this morning I'm going to try a wet render. So I have it melting in the pot with a little water and some salt. And when I strain it this time, I'm not going to use as many layers of cheesecloth, just to see if I can get it to strain at least some bits out without clogging up too bad. And then we'll probably have to do it once or twice more. We'll see. Push comes to shove, it can be chicken food or it can be fat for soap. So it's not going to go to waste. But I do need to get it done and out of my way, because I still have some other bags of tallow in the fridge that need to be done. In the meantime, look and see what batch of soap I need to make next. I think I have a batch made up that needs to be packaged. And then we'll look at the list for lotion. We'll see how far we can get early this morning. And then I would like to try and get over and work on Bentley's little house, so that when the rain comes back, it's a little bit better. Because right now he doesn't have like an actual roof, he just has a tarp. And silly goat was not going in under the tarp or anything. He was standing out in the rain. It's like, you crazy boy. So anyway, I have actually packaged up a couple of batches of soap that were ready, so they will go out for sale. So we're restocked on orange coffee soap, which has espresso grounds and orange essential oil in it and a little coffee fragrance. And then I also packaged up, what was the other one? I've forgotten now. Oh, cedar and sage. So we'll be stocked back up on cedar and sage. That's a very popular soap fragrance. So I am actually making another batch of cedar and sage today that will be ready in 6 to 8 weeks. The fats are melting on the stove. We're getting the lye mixed into the frozen milk. And now I got to think about what else I'm going to do today. Hi friends. So, the soap is almost ready to mix up. It's, I'm just waiting for the milk and lye mix to warm up to room temp so that I can mix it. But I saw some chunks of frozen milk in it, so it'll probably take till after I'm done with chores this afternoon. And in the meantime, we got some more laundry to hang out. What else? I've been to town, picked up chicken feed. I took Kai over to Bentley. I did not get a piece of plywood cut to put on his house yet. It was getting so late by the time I was loading up to go over there that I just figure I better skip it for today. We're going to have a few more days of, at least a week of nice weather. So hopefully I can get that done over the next few days, because I don't have to work again on until Monday. So I have farmer's market tomorrow, and then I have Sunday off. So maybe I can get to it on Sunday, and maybe I can get his feet trimmed up and stuff and give him a good once over while I'm there. In the meantime, I'm just doing stuff. just all of the piddly bits. It's so wonderful to have
a washing machine in the house again so that I can get all of these odd bits and things washed up. I've had things that, these are some curtains and tablecloths and things from a very long time ago when I used to do historical recreation events with the Society for Creative Anachronism. And they've been sitting in a tub. And when I opened the tub, there were dozens of huge, dead, dehydrated scorpions in there. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we want to wash this stuff just to make sure there's no little bits of stuff in there before we decide what to do with them, because I probably don't have a real use for them at the moment. So I am probably going to just donate them someplace. I don't know. We'll make a final decision when we take them off the clothesline. I've been contemplating the nematode problem and thinking. And I'm thinking, I do not recall there being any nematodes ever out in the front yard, which is kind of a disaster at the moment. And there's not a lot of space out here, but I could grow a few things. So, gotta work on cleaning it up. So, there's a falling down fence. There are 4-foot tall mallow plants. A tree that needs to be cut down. There's chicken pens with chickens, and they need to go away. There's old trees and all kinds of other junk out here. Who knows what's hiding out here in the weeds. So I'm gonna work on this a few minutes, and then it'll be time to do chores. I didn't make it very far in there yet. Those mallow roots are really tough and very deep tap roots and very hard to pull out, even though the soil is pretty damp, and it ought to be easy to get them out. It's not. But I have some set aside. We'll go and see if the goats want to eat them or not. I got some takers. Yeah, you got some takers. They do not always want to eat green stuff that I bring them. Like sometimes it's the stage of growth, like these mallows are getting ready to bloom. See, there's some flower buds in there. And that might be why they are liking them today, and they didn't like other ones from other places that were younger and softer and not as close to blooming. I think it has to do with the minerals and nutrition in them at different stages of growth. Hi, loves. What's she doing, sister? Oh, did you come to get some ear scratches? Miss Love is kind of our touch-me-not girl. So it's nice when she comes and wants me to pet her. Yeah. 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 You're getting to be pretty wide there, sister. And you were very wide before you had your date with Spot. So, yeah. All right, friends. I am... end of the day. I still gotta mix and pour that batch of soap, but I'm gonna eat some soup and bread before I do that, and then get ready, wash the dishes and do all the things and go to bed. So y'all have a nice weekend, a wonderful week next week, and I'll see y'all next time.
And thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate every one of you.